Welcome back, everyone. Today we're going to be talking about the new movie Brahmastra. I'm going to give my breakdown, my honest opinion, talk about my favorite scenes, and explain the ending. The movie starts out with a very visually stunning scene. There is a scientist and three evil people are after him, and he has one piece of the Brahmastra. Basically, all you need to know about the Brahmastra is that it is this secret power that has been hidden from everyone, and it basically controls the entire universe. So the three evil forces, led by Junoon, kills the scientist and takes the piece. While this is happening, Shiva, who had just met a girl that he really likes right away and claims he falls in love with her, brings her back to his house, which is an orphanage. The orphanage that he brought her to was the one that he grew up in. He was left an orphan at only the age of 1 when his mother passed away. His father was never in the picture. It is at this time where he can see what is really happening to the scientist at this time, and he begins freaking out and leaves Isha. Now, I must say, my favorite part of the beginning of the movie were the visuals, the dancing scenes, the scenes with the DJs, and I thought it was just so visually stunning. The cinematography and visuals really stood out to me, and this is probably the highlight of the movie. What Shiva can also see is the next person that Junoon is going to be going after, and this is the person who has the second piece. This is a famous artist named Anish, and Shiva and Isha go to try and save him. Basically, all you need to know here is that Anish saves Shiva and Isha, and they flee away from the evil forces. While saving them, Anish was actually shot, and he tells them that they must get to the guru. And where does the guru live? About 20 hours away in the Himalayas. While on the way to the Himalayas, they stop on a mountain view, and this is when the evil forces catch up to them. Anish is super powerful in this scene, basically getting the power of a bull and pushes the truck off the edge, sacrificing himself. Junoon, though, uses the power of her leader and is able to basically create a force field and save them. Anish, though, dies in this battle. So at this point, we have the Brahmastra, which is the power of the universe, and then within the Brahmastra there are Astras, and we later find out that Shiva is one of the fire Astras. He had talked about earlier on in the movie how fire never affected him, and he showcases this in a badass scene when he saves Isha. When they arrive at the Guru's complex, there are a bunch of other people who have Astras just like Shiva. But Shiva's Astra is not as strong as the others, and this is because that Isha was the key for his Astra to basically power up. While with the Guru, he lets Shiva know that his parents were part of the Brahmastra. Isha is then sent back to Shiva's house to go collect some belongings and then will return a few days later. While this is happening, she gets attacked, but she has protection and is able to survive. Throughout the movie, Junoon gets her power from a stone man who we do not know who he is at this point. She wears a piece of his armor on her arm and basically gets all of his powers. The Guru finally reveals the entire story to Shiva. 30 years ago, the Brahmastra was full. A powerful warrior named Dev had several Astras that he had mastered. He was different from all the others. His nickname was Agni Dev, the Fire Lord. Eventually, he wanted to be named Brahm Dev, the leader of the Brahmastra, and hold all of its power. But Dev was stopped by a powerful person named Amrita. Earlier on in the movie, Shiva came across a boat while he was with the kids, and written on it was Amrita and Dev. But we find out from the Guru that Amrita and Dev were really lovers, and these were Shiva's parents. The island that they fought on was swallowed by the ocean, and they both were believed to be dead. It was not until Shiva had saved Isha with the fire right in front of the Guru's eyes that he realized that she had survived and had a child. While all this is happening, Junoon is getting more powerful than ever as Dev has given her the ability to put necklaces on other people, and these people become her basically minions or soldiers. The Guru also talks about how the Brahmastra only has 2 pieces and the third was missing. But the reason he sent Isha back to collect some belongings was that the shell that was in Shiva's room earlier on in the movie that he talked about with Isha was really disguised as the third piece. Shiva just had to put his blood on it and it turned into the third piece. After seeing Junoon summoning some of the soldiers, they go back and are planning to leave the house because they know they are in danger. While they are leaving, Junoon and all the soldiers find them and capture them. Junoon has no clue that they have the third piece with the shell, and basically the Guru says that if all 3 pieces are connected, the world will be destroyed. A massive fight breaks down where Shiva basically goes off with his fire. He was incredible in this movie. He was a very likable character, I just must say before I continue. I really liked his character and there was nothing really to hate about this guy, so I was rooting for him the whole time. But Junoon knew his weakness was rain and started out a storm, and it put out all the fire. Junoon then chases Isha, who took the last piece of the stone. While they're on a cliff, Tenzing, a little kid who is part of the Astra, Astras saves Isha, but then he is killed. Junoon stabs him in the back, and this was a really sad death. Junoon puts all three pieces together, and then all hell breaks loose. Isha gets separated from Shiva and the Guru, and Shiva goes back to save Isha. But they were only on a small piece of the cliff that was the only piece left intact, so they were going to die. Now at this point in the movie, I thought they may have killed off everyone. I kind of was hoping a little bit, because I get very tired of predictable endings, and I kind of knew at this point that he was going to save her somehow. I feel like this has been used so many times in many ways that I feel that it was the weakest point of the movie. I really enjoyed their romantic relationship, but sometimes it was a little cheesy, and this part right here was pretty predictable. Shiva was basically able to control the light. He was ready to give up his life for Isha, and this showed the greatest form of love, which is sacrifice. The fire of love was the most powerful source in the universe, and him sacrificing his life saved the entire world. Now Shiva has reached his full potential and does not need any more sources of fire to start fire. The movie ends with them all surviving, but Dev is back. When the three pieces were connected, Dev was lifted out of the stone and came back to life. Junoon did this, sacrificing herself for him. So, part 2 will be called Dev. Now, I must say about the movie, I really loved the cinematography and visuals the most. This was the best part of the movie by far. The dialogue and at times the love story was a little bit predictable, and I feel like it has been done a lot, but it was still really good. I thought it was well executed, and besides a few cheesy songs here and there, the first song I really liked, but a couple of them, I was like, I've seen this before, but it was still really cool, and the visuals really made up for it. The story was super cool, I was following it the entire time, but it was a little confusing at times as well. Overall, I think this movie is worth seeing just because of the visuals itself. It was a fun time in the theater, and it is a little long at 2 hours and 45 minutes, but I had a fun time. So let me know, what did you think of the new movie Brahmastra, and I'll see you guys in the next explanation video. Have a great day, everyone.